Welcome. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and captivating predictions of Nostradamus, the famed 16th century French astrologer, physician, and prophet. While many modern-day fortune tellers are often vague or untrustworthy, Nostradamus's prophecies continue to fascinate and puzzle people worldwide. His cryptic quatrains, which were written hundreds of years ago, are believed by some to predict major world events, from natural disasters to political upheavals. Though not all of his prophecies have come true, some have been startlingly accurate, leaving many to wonder, what does Nostradamus foresee for the year 2025? In this video, we'll explore 10 predictions that might come true in the near future and examine how these events could shape our world, particularly in terms of politics, global conflicts, and the environment. One of the most intriguing prophecies by Nostradamus revolves around the potential election of a new pope in 2025. Pope Francis, now in his late 80s, has faced health issues that have raised questions about his ability to continue in office. Given his age and the possibility of either his resignation or death, it seems plausible that a new pope might take the reins in the near future. Nostradamus hints at this possibility with the line, "A Roman of good age will be elected by the death of a very old pontiff." According to the prophecy, this new pope would occupy his position for a long time, but would face challenges that might weaken the papacy. What exactly does weakening his seat mean? Some interpretations suggest that this could imply a scandal within the church or a broader decline in its influence. In fact, Nostradamus's quatrains also suggest that the new pope may struggle to gain support, stating, "He will not be the chosen Roman pontiff. He will not be listened to from near or far." This might indicate significant internal and external resistance, with the church possibly facing difficult times ahead. Interestingly, there are also suggestions that this new pope could come from an unexpected place, such as an African or Asian cardinal, signaling a dramatic shift from the tradition of European leadership in the church. Another fascinating prediction from Nostradamus focuses on the upcoming French presidential election in 2025. In one of his quatrains, Nostradamus refers to the young lion who overcame the old one in the field Belke by a singular duel, which many believe points to a younger, dynamic political figure defeating an older, established rival in a pivotal contest. Some commentators suggest that this could foretell the rise of an unexpected candidate, a charismatic outsider who will disrupt the political status quo and captivate voters. If true, this could mark a turning point in France's political history and potentially have far-reaching consequences for the country and the world. A new leader could spark intense debates over France's future direction, creating tensions both domestically and internationally. The race for the French presidency may well become one of the most closely watched global events in 2025. Moving on to a more concerning prediction, Nostradamus also seemed to foresee a military conflict between China and the United States in 2025. One of his most ominous prophecies describes a catastrophic naval conflict, which could lead to widespread panic and chaos on the seas. Some interpreters of his work have connected the Red Enemy mentioned in his quatrains to China, especially given that the country's leader, Xi Jinping, can be linked to the name Mabus in Nostradamus's writings. When read backward, Mabus could be interpreted as Mao, referencing Mao Zedong, the former leader of China. Several factors make this prediction seem plausible. First, there's the ongoing tension between China and the United States over Taiwan. The US views Taiwan as a democratic ally, while China insists that the island is part of its territory, leading to frequent military drills and escalating threats from Beijing. With both nations heavily involved in this dispute, a small spark could ignite a much larger conflict. In addition to Taiwan, The years-long trade war between the two nations has deepened distrust, impacting everything from technology to agriculture. The economic fallout has left both countries struggling, and the tension shows no sign of easing. On top of that, the race for global dominance in areas like cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, space exploration, and military technology only adds fuel to the fire. Despite attempts at diplomatic engagement, such as US President Joe Biden's meeting with Xi Jinping in 2023, these issues remain unresolved, and it's not hard to see how they could lead to military conflict in the future. Should Nostradamus' prediction come to pass, 2025 could witness the outbreak of a catastrophic war between these two global superpowers. In addition to the potential for war, Nostradamus also foresaw a dramatic shift in the global power structure, with China emerging as the dominant world power. Over the past few decades, China's rise on the global stage has been nothing short of remarkable. The country has strengthened its economic and military might, becoming a major player in global trade, technology, and politics. From constructing the world's largest radio telescope to leading in space exploration and artificial intelligence, China has made tremendous strides. In addition, China is home to the largest film industry and some of the most popular mobile apps in the world, giving it significant cultural influence as well. According to Nostradamus, China will eventually surpass the United States to become the world's dominant superpower, steering the future of global commerce, diplomacy, and security. He predicted that the world would be forced to reckon with a great city and its corrupt practices, which some believe could refer to China. Nostradamus' mention of a crimson foe and a united army from the east could suggest the rise of China as a geopolitical force, confronting other global powers, particularly the West. The prophecy seems to hint at a time when China will challenge the existing global order, although it remains unclear whether this will lead to peace or conflict. Some interpretations even suggest that Nostradamus' reference to the Great Leopard could be a metaphor for the country, though others see it as a symbol of the United Kingdom. Regardless of the interpretation, it's clear that China is on a trajectory toward becoming the next global superpower, and Nostradamus' predictions seem to reflect that inevitability. These are just a few of the most intriguing and thought-provoking predictions that Nostradamus made, and as we approach 2025, they continue to capture our imagination. The possibility of major political shifts, global conflicts, and a reordering of international power dynamics is certainly a cause for reflection. Whether or not Nostradamus' prophecies will come to fruition remains to be seen, but his writings will undoubtedly continue to spark discussions about the future of our world. People may live between 150 and 170 years. One of the more interesting forecasts for 2025 is that people may live until they are 150 to 170 years old. Longer life expectancy is thought to result from the human body's potential to continue regenerating throughout time. The body's inherent capacities will likely need to be improved by science if humans are to survive beyond this point. This might be achieved by the integration of artificial organs, the creation of novel medications, or the use of cellular reprogramming methods. As an example of how technological advancements and the limitations of the human body interact, scientists are already attempting to extend the average lifetime of people. There may be numerous benefits to living longer in 2025, but there may also be drawbacks. We may list the benefits as experience, longevity, the chance to make more contributions to society, and more time to spend with loved ones, which leads to the creation of more priceless memories. The sleep bank. Nostradamus said that in 2025, a technology that would enable individuals to save and retrieve sleep in the same way that money is stored in a bank would be developed. People will be able to sleep for extended periods of time at a time as a result. It is crucial to prioritize getting enough sleep and maintaining a regular sleep schedule in order to preserve both physical and mental well-being while we wait for this technology to become available. Discovery of a new energy source. The finding of a new energy source is one of the most intriguing forecasts for 2025. According to the prophecy of Nostradamus, which promises the creation of a new engine driven by an enigmatic energy source, scientists may discover a method to use an as yet unidentified energy source, such as dark matter, antimatter, or zero-point energy. One possible interpretation of this would be the development of technology that can generate energy more effectively and sustainably than existing techniques. The planet may be drastically affected if a new energy source is discovered. Our reliance on fossil fuels would be lessened, and it would aid in the fight against climate change by offering a cleaner and more sustainable substitute. New technology developments may also result from it in a number of industries, including communications, transportation, and healthcare. Additionally, by generating new companies and employment, it may strengthen the world economy. But there may be hazards and difficulties associated with a new energy source. For instance, the distribution and management of this energy may lead to disputes and geopolitical problems. Unexpected social or environmental repercussions can also arise, necessitating cautious handling. Therefore, it is imperative that scientists, policymakers, and the public collaborate to optimize the advantages of this novel energy source while reducing any potential disadvantages. A catastrophe in France. Additionally, Nostradamus foresaw disastrous outcomes for France. In one of these predictions, Paris would be struck by a massive flood that would seriously devastate the city. He added, "By great flood, France will obey March." Some interpreters detect a connection to the Seine floods, which have already caused significant damage in the past, such as the monumental flood of 1910 that crippled the city for weeks. While there is room for interpretation about this prophecy, France, and Paris in particular, is susceptible to floods and other natural calamities. To reduce the loss of life and property, it is crucial that authorities and communities have emergency preparations and early warning systems in place for such crises. Artificial intelligence's emergence. By 2025, artificial intelligence will have advanced and become ubiquitous, transforming many facets of human existence, according to Nostradamus. AI will eventually catch up to or exceed human intellect, according to his prediction that robots would become more intelligent and skilled than humans. This forecast aligns with the present state of AI research and development, where scientists and engineers are working to increase the capabilities of machines. Healthcare and education are only two of the many facets of life that AI might enhance. Because AI can analyze vast volumes of data and see trends that people would overlook, it might lead to more precise diagnosis, more individualized therapies, and increased production and efficiency across a range of industries. AI may also be used to address difficult issues like climate change, but there are also ethical and societal concerns with AI development. AI's potential to replace humans in certain jobs, for instance, raises worries about employment and the potential for economic injustice. Concerns have also been raised about the potential for AI to be used maliciously for espionage, manipulation, or warfare. AI development and use must be done responsibly in order to optimize its advantages and minimize its hazards. An emerging global leader. According to Nostradamus' predictions, a new global leader with significant political clout will emerge in 2025. He foresaw that a great leader from the East would bring peace and prosperity to the globe and unify its nations. There have been many interpretations of this prediction. A spiritual or cultural leader is what some perceive, while others believe it can be a reference to a political person. The globe's stability and the international community may be significantly impacted by the rise of a new global leader. Should this leader be successful in promoting global collaboration and collaboration, the globe may experience more peace and prosperity. On the other hand, an autocratic or divisive leader could exacerbate already existing conflicts and spark new ones. Who this next global leader will be, and if Nostradamus' prophecy will come to pass, are yet unknown. Nonetheless, it serves as a reminder of the ability of a single individual to impact history, and the need for leadership in order to conquer obstacles and grasp possibilities. Lastly, the 2025 predictions made by Nostradamus are unique and captivating. Certain forecasts seem unrealistic, while others align with current advancements in science, technology, and geopolitics. Either way, these forecasts serve as a reminder of how uncertain the future is and how crucial it is to be ready for anything that may occur. We still need to be aware that Nostradamus, who was born in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, on December 14, 1503, grew up at a momentous time in European history that was characterized by wars, plagues, and religious shifts. From an early age, Nostradamus showed a strong interest in classical studies and science. His life and his writings would be significantly impacted by the medical, astrological, and ancient language instruction he received from his maternal grandpa, a physician and astrologer. Following that, Nostradamus studied medicine at the University of Montpellier after first attending the University of Avignon. He spent a number of years practicing medicine, standing out for his commitment during the plague outbreaks that devastated Europe. He became somewhat famous in the medical community for his practical methods, which included dictating stringent diets and rigorous cleanliness protocols. He did, however, eventually start making predictions about the future because of his fascination in astrology. While practicing medicine, Nostradamus started writing almanacs, which are yearly publications that include astrological forecasts and useful guidance. Immediately, these almanacs were quite successful and caught the interest of the church and nobles. He was inspired by this achievement to write the Prophecies, which would become his best-known work and was first published in 1555. Not only for his own time, but for generations to come, this collection of mysterious poetry quatrains is said to foretell future events. Nostradamus's quatrains are difficult to comprehend and are rife with metaphors, anagrams, and symbolism because they are written in a mysterious language. This ambiguity has, on the contrary, increased the mystery of his works and left them accessible to many interpretations throughout the ages, rather than decreasing reading interest. As a doctor and astrologer, Nostradamus gained a strong reputation. He then focused more and more on studying the occult sciences and creating astrological forecasts. His most well-known book, The Prophecies, was written as a result of his developing interest in these topics. These texts, which were initially published in 1555, are a collection of lyrical quatrains arranged in centuries and are meant to foretell the future. Nostradamus's predictions are renowned for their mysterious and unclear tone. In order to maintain the mystery surrounding his visions and ensure its interpretation across the ages, he purposefully mixed French, Latin, and Occitan to create a cryptic and symbolic language. With this strategy, he can connect with a broad audience, from casual readers to the most learned academics, who all find significance in these enigmatic prophecies. Immediately and decisively, the forecasts were successful. Enthralled by these enigmatic texts were the aristocracy, the church, and even the monarchs of the day. The Queen of France, Catherine de' Medici, became one of Nostradamus's most ardent supporters and asked him to come to her court to prepare horoscopes for her children. This royal curiosity further enhanced Nostradamus' standing as a clairvoyant with the ability to foresee the future in addition to being a skilled physician. The subjects of Nostradamus' predictions are diverse and include social upheavals, wars, natural calamities, and politics. It seems that several quatrains allude to particular occurrences, including the ascent of Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler, or the death of Henry II, King of France, during a tournament in 1559. These prophecies have stayed with people and are being researched for their applicability today. Their potential to cover millennia is one of the prediction's most fascinating features. Despite having been penned in the 16th century, these prophecies are being researched, analyzed, and used in relation to current affairs. The purposeful ambiguity of the quatrains, which enables every age to derive fresh and pertinent meaning from Nostradamus' writings, is primarily responsible for their eternal appeal. In astrology and the occult sciences, Nostradamus is still a legendary character, and centuries after his writings, people are still fascinated and intrigued by his predictions. Many see them as enigmatic glimpses of future events, transcending time and offering prophetic truths. In your opinion, which forecast will come to pass? Please share in the comments section below. Please feel free to click on any of the videos on the screen, give this one a thumbs up, or visit the channel to see more of our videos. I appreciate your time and hope to see you soon.